As Director of Science at Q, my responsibility is to oversee all the scientific activities we have, and also a responsibility for the collections, so the herbarium, the fungarium, the dry plant and fungal collections, which are incredible resources for research, for many studies that we're conducting, and for translating science into practice. Botanic gardens are amazing places to visit, but they're also major centers of scientific exploration and education. At Kew, for instance, we have now about 900 scientists, including people in Madagascar and our 2 sites in the UK, both at Wakehurst and Kew Gardens. And we're really exploring how plants can help us tackle some of the biggest challenges our societies face today, from climate change to food insecurity, and of course, how we can make our lives a bit better, healthier, and more sustainable. I often get the question about how a typical day looks like, and I'm actually not able to respond to that because every day is different. One day we are discussing with ministers how to implement policies around tree planting or reforestation. The next day we're teaching courses to MSc students or doing research in the field. So it's a really exciting and varied job, I think. So it's really a good thing, a good choice, I think, to make when you're a student and you're thinking about a career which will continuously develop your skills and make your knowledge and passion really reach out to a much broader audience than you could imagine if you were just to sit in an office for the whole day. I think one of the best things with my job is really that we're finding new things about our planet. And it's amazing to just think about all the numerous stars in the galaxies out in the universe we don't know about. But here on Earth, there are untold properties of plants that can help us make our lives a bit healthier, better. And it's just fascinating to make those small discoveries which make a little bit of progress towards achieving a more sustainable future. So I have had the opportunity and the privilege really to explore some amazing rainforests in my home country, Brazil, but also in other parts of the world, such as in Madagascar, parts of Africa, the Andes. And every time I go there, I really see that, you have a world which is absolutely incredible. And a lot of people are not even aware of that. So it's really about understanding how much we can learn and what kind of small contributions we can make towards a better understanding of our planet and how we interact with the other known human species on this planet. I wasn't interested in plants particularly when I was younger. I've always liked to be in nature, and that's something that always followed me. I really felt at best when I was in a forest, for instance. But when I was to study biology, I did a volunteering opportunity. So I spent about a month helping some researchers to do plant inventories. And for the first time, I realized you could actually make a living out of doing plant sciences. And that was really what triggered me to actually continue studying and then eventually to do a PhD. When you're doing field work in a very remote place, survival skills are absolutely essential. I've had several, quite scary events in my career. I've had to run away from a volcano eruption. I've had, quite a few incidents, but fortunately we were well prepared. We had our briefings, and in all those instances, I think that taking the precaution and taking the courses and the skills that you have to have before you go into those adventures are really absolutely essential. So it is, of course, a little bit scary, but it's also an amazing opportunity to experience a totally new and sometimes really eye-opening situation when you are out in nature. This is absolutely the most exciting times to be a plant scientist. We're now just starting to explore the possibilities that we have with the use of new technologies, including different forms of artificial intelligence. We can now sense nature with drones and with remote sensing and LiDAR scans, so laser scans, to really understand how the environments are changing. And that combined with the knowledge we get in the field by collecting plants and understanding, for instance, how different plants are responding to climate change is an amazing source of information for us to really start tackling some of the biggest challenges we have in front of us, such as preventing and also adapting to climate change, creating a food system which is much more resilient to future conditions, and also to make sure that we're actually living in a world where humans and the rest of nature can coexist in harmony. And I'm really excited about the prospects.